Okay, we're going to get started here. We have Coach Elsie, Ryan Howard, Dreon Edwards. Coach has decided not to make an opening statement, so we're just going to go right to questions from student athletes. Please raise your hand, and we'll take questions for the student athletes. We'll start here in the front row.
Dre and Ryan, both you guys missed some time there in the first half. Going back to the locker room, was it injuries or what caused both you guys to miss some time there in the first half?
Yeah, we both took some pretty hard hits, so we just had to step out for a minute.
Yeah, get ourselves together, that's all.
We'll go to the center here.
To kind of build on that, it was during that time, Ryan, when you went out early in the first half where Princeton was able to take the lead, and it seemed like you guys were never in your groove after that. How much did that kind of mess up with the flow of the offense or even the defense during the injury times?
I don't think that's what messed up the flow of our offense. We got very good looks, and were able to do what we wanted to do. It just didn't go in the basket.
Questions for the student athletes? Go back to the front row here.
Ryan, I know it's just come to an end, but just what is your time at Kentucky meant, and what has it meant to you to be a part of this program and do the things that you've done?
It's been fun. I really don't look at like any accomplishments or anything. It's just the connections I've had with my teammates, with my coaches. I wouldn't change it for the world. I love all of them, and I know that they gave their all for me today and this season. So
We'll go center here.
Grant Grubbs with Kentucky Sports Radio. Driana, Ryan was just mentioning relationships and stuff there. What does it mean, kind of looking back on your all's relationship, what it meant to have her as the team leader and kind of a friend right there with you?
Yeah, around my dog, it means a lot. Just like my sis right here, I love her, so yeah, I love you, Ryan. I love you,
We'll go over here on the left next.
Ryan, there were some stretches there in the first half. Kyra was pumping you guys up, loving the defense that Jada was bringing. I guess what was working for you guys there, and especially in the fourth quarter when you cut it to 1, what was working and how come it just didn't quite get over the hump to take the lead?
We was just playing aggressive defense, and at times it got a bit too aggressive.
We'll go to the front.
Gabe Perrin, WHJE. Being conference champions yourself, how does playing the Ivy League champions Princeton compare to other top teams in the nation like South Carolina, LSU, and Tennessee that you play pretty often?
Credit to Princeton, but we've played better teams and come out on top. So
yeah. I think SEC is the top conference in women's basketball, so that's pretty much all I got to say.
Any additional questions for the student athletes? Go back front row here.
Dre, you mentioned it a little bit, but just what are you going to miss the most about Ryan as a teammate and as a person?
I'm going to miss her leadership on the court. Off the court, we had some good times. Ryan's a very funny person, so I'm going to miss that. Our jokes, our laughs. I'll call you, though.
For Ryan and Dre both, it's hard right now with the outcome not being what you wanted tonight, but this run you guys just went on was pretty impressive considering where you were at a month ago. That 10-game winning streak and winning the SEC tournament. Just for you guys to come together as a team like that, what does that say about just how special of a unit this was and a group you guys were?
It means that we fight and we don't lay down for nobody. We dig deep and we play with our hearts.
yeah, we don't care what nobody got to say about us. We're going to fight for each other.
Center here. Yep.
I guess for both of you guys, what do you think was the big difference tonight, or I guess this afternoon, between just 13 days ago and the SEC championship?
I think we just hit shots in the tournament, in the SEC tournament. Some things didn't go our way today. We just got to finish on our end.
Any other questions for the student athletes in the room here before we take a couple on Zoom? Okay, we're gonna go to Michelle Vopel. Michelle, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Ryan, I know this is a lot to take in right now, but you've got, I think, so much basketball ahead of you. Can you kind of give us your thoughts on looking forward, because it comes pretty quickly, and just your thoughts on your game and how it translated at the pro level?
Right now I'm not thinking about that. I know it's gonna come quickly, but I'm just gonna take some time to, look back on everything that we've accomplished here and everything that I've done over these past 4 years, and just, take it all in for a minute.
Jen, did you have a question?
You guys, for either of you, you guys touched on this a little bit, but you were talking about not hitting shots today versus hitting some shots in the SEC final. What did you see from the Princeton defense, and did they do anything that threw you off at all, or was it just one of those days?
I'm going to say it was just one of those days.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, their defense wasn't nothing that we've seen before in previous games.
Okay, we're going to dismiss the student athletes now. Thank you, ladies. We'll now open up the questions for Coach Elsie, so please raise your hand. We'll bring the microphones around. We'll start in the front row here.
Yes, Kyra, I know it's just ended, but just the way you contextualize the season, doing something that hasn't been done since '82 in Lexington, but with a disappointing end in the tournament, how do you kind of look at the whole picture of things?
Well, obviously, it's a disappointing day. It's not the ending that we wanted. Give credit to Princeton. I thought they were the tougher team today, made some big plays when they had to have them. As far as what we've done, I told the players in the locker room, in this moment, it hurts. But when we have a chance to look back, I just told them how much I love them, how proud I am of them. When we were dead in the water, this team could have laid down and quit. And we did something really special to go on the run that we made to make it to the NCAA tournament, to win the SEC championship. We have some things that we have accomplished down the stretch that we will be proud of, even though in this moment it's hard to celebrate it.
We'll go to the back row.
Steve Bittenbender with the Associated Press. Kyra, the win against South Carolina, the run in the SEC tournament happened a couple of weeks ago. Did that, having that time off, did that, cause any issues as far as, losing that momentum or losing that sharpness coming into the tournament?
I thought we've been focused in practice. We have been locked in, I thought, all week and taking care of our business. So it wasn't like we didn't come here prepared and wanting to win. It did not go our way today. Like I said, credit to Princeton. They made some tough plays. Didn't think we could get over the hump. So some of the defensive stops that we have been getting down the stretch to get on our winning streak, we just couldn't get today. But let me tell you, hats off. This team has a toughness about them, no quit. Even today, we did lose, but I thought down the stretch they continued to fight. So we came here wanting to win. We just didn't finish the job.
Go to the front row.
Sean Grove, WHJE. Coach, obviously Abby Myers is a tough defensive matchup tonight for you guys. What about her offensive game made it so tough to defend?
I thought Abby had a great game. I mean, she's a phenomenal guard. I thought she made some big plays. Her ability to score on all three levels, and if you give her any space, it's going up, and she's very efficient offensively.
We can go to the second row left here.
Over here, we've asked you about Ryan a million times, it feels like, but now that this is the end, what are you going to miss the most about coaching her and having her on your bench?
She's a once-in-a-lifetime type of player. She's gifted. But more importantly, what she has done for Kentucky basketball. And I've said this, she's the best in the country for a reason. Her ability to score at all 3 levels. Her basketball game speaks for itself. She has left her legacy at Kentucky and for women's basketball. But what I'm going to miss is the person. She's very humble, kind-hearted. I'm going to miss her coming to the office, laying on the couch, trying to see what we're going to do for practice. But she is a great person, and that matters to us in our program.
Any other questions in the room for Coach? Yep, we'll go front row, and then we'll go to the second row.
Kind of on that note about Ryan as well, how important was it to get her that championship in Nashville and just the gratification of that? Yeah, she has all the points and everything, but she is also an SEC champion and you know, has hardware from her time at Kentucky.
Well, I think she put her stamp on her legacy. So it was great that she had the opportunity to win an SEC championship. That was the reason she came to Kentucky. That is the standard and expectation. We want to play for championships. And for her to be able to win it, I'm so proud of her and all the accolades. But I'm proud of this team. Like I said, disappointing day. But what I love about this team, we'll go back to work in the off season, and this will be one that we remember.
Go to the second row, center here.
One more question about today's game. I know it was frustrating because you guys seemed to be in the game all the way down to about like the last 4 minutes, I believe you went without a field goal. Did you ever think that like you guys were going to get it back together and able to take the lead, and how frustrating was that?
You know, I felt like we were in the game when we cut it to 4. I was like, if we can just get over the hump, you know, we kept talking about being able to get a defensive stop, a score. But today that didn't happen for us. But I always thought we were in the game with a chance to win. I mean, we've come from being behind a lot of games this year, so that was no different. But like I said, give credit to Princeton. They made tough plays when they had to, and we could not finish today.
We're going to take a question on Zoom. Jen, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Jen Hatfield with The Next. You talked about Abby Myers earlier, but I'm curious, you know, looking at Abby as well as Caitlin Chen, how those two kind of play off each other or make life difficult for you guys defensively.
Yes, I mean, we were switching. You know, I thought we allowed them to get downhill on us, rise up and make some shots. They made some tough ones. But they're very talented. They're well coached. I thought they, you know, were efficient offensively. For us, offensively, I thought we were rushed today. I thought we played too fast on the offensive end, broke off some plays. And so I will take that to make sure that in the future we'll be ready.
Any other questions in the room here for Coach? Okay, we'll take last one in the front here.
It seemed like when y'all played Indiana here in November, that was Jada Walker's first, like, you know, big time performance and stuff, and she carried, you know, a lot of the work there, especially defensively in the first half. Just how proud are you of her performance today and just the whole entirety of her freshman season, what she's shown and doing at this level?
Jada Walker is tough as nails. Her ability to bring the heat defensively, but I've said it all year, she's fearless. She's a fearless freshman, and what she has brought to our team this year, you know, is everything we needed. A winning mentality, a toughness, someone that loved defense, and the sky is truly the limit for her. Now that she has a season under her belt, y'all better watch out.
We have time for one more. Go ahead.
If I could steal the reporter's question on Zoom about Ryan and the pros. She's so humble, she doesn't want to answer it. But for you, would you mind talking a little bit about her and just what she brings to the pro game?
Well, whoever is smart enough to draft her, they're going to have a talent, and she's going to make people better. She's competitive. Her basketball IQ is unbelievable, but it's her versatility at the next level. She's a 6'2" guard with a great frame. She can play multiple positions, and I think in time she will be the face of the WNBA.
Okay, we got one more minute. If you can make it quick, Jen, go ahead.
Carla mentioned in her post-game presser that she remembered that you were on the Tennessee team that ended her UConn career. Just curious if that crossed to your mind at all today or when the matchup was announced.
It didn't, but now it does cross my mind that you brought it up. So that's like a double dagger, right? But you know, she's done a great job with that program, and but I'm proud of what Kentucky has done this year. Our work is not yet done. We'll go back to work, and this will be a program that the people in the Commonwealth will be proud of.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.